Oh, well, 1943 here in Buenos Aires. I'm just simply tired. Their insistence in that I gotta be internated. I kept on being chased by the prostitutes psychopaths of Cristina Kirchner in psychiatrist titles, by the CMF, by the Council of Medics of the government of Argentina and the government of Buenos Aires, and still prostitutes of Pinheiro and Alvear and Arcarich and all the generates ADD like also Durant, Alvarez and others, and some other from the border still, telling that they see as me in the street and I spend all the day delivering and I could be internated right now. The other side happens the reality that a lot of people were disappearing, a lot of people were murdered and abducted, but the reality of telling the truth in the character of they to be my helpers, supposedly, and are murdering and destroying people all around, still too forwarding the same and making weaker strategizing for the patriots as the psychopaths, convinced in the generation that the lie they are, that gotta be the truth because of their demands. That's the character. I know it is a lie, but I convince myself gotta be the truth. So I forward with this that I say gotta be because of I am the commander and I'm going to become a cat, they says. The hopes of the last breath of the hell. This is what it is. And suddenly the reality that I just were around. It happened that I just crossed by two disgusting degenerates that calls still the expertises of Cristina Kirchner. SODOMA, degenerates of Federal Police of Argentina. At the middle of the afternoon while I were trying to reach out someplace, thinking about some around. And suddenly happened that one of them telling, how come, weren't this arrested, detained? And suddenly the reality of I supposed to be arrested every day, every moment, and I just escape, they said. And I keep on having, even escaping, my cell phone, which, if you can take a look, right, sorry, works, right, no magics, no models. And I still have my laptop, which I'm using that supposedly I robbed to the same degenerates and cycles ever that insisted in the same old to trying to rob me, saying God gave them, which is mine, and I robbed them because of I possess it. And telling that I bought a new laptop, which ain't nothing true from that. And that even I bought it, but I stolen them because of I bought it. Says that I am using the money that I supposedly stolen to Guillermo PREIN and the prostitutes of it, the same CARNIVAL and the rest, which they themselves stolen, which I already shown and I can show some more of the how the money were shared, where the money all gone, and how did they kept on robbing the people and destroying people to take them everything that they had, telling that God gave them, the Lord. And destroying people with Sodoma faggots here all around, and Cristina Kirchner and all pedophilic and degenerate of her, pretended of church, making up any kind of a shit like doing with me all the time, and the pedophilic degenerate Aníbal Fernandez delivering still. Do I cannot making the BLYTT cafedeki matlabetika fetabelasika degenerado. Playing the Macha Brava Maleva, I am the commander and I'm gonna put you as soon and I'm gonna take you everything that you get out. Because of you make me temperature and the commander government faggot of hell. Well, further this, and I'm sorry the terms, the reality is over this all insists in everything, insists in arming and making up cause and saying I'm a liar all the time. Everything we're already shown, everything we're already said, and keeps on arming to disappearing more people and killing and murdering everybody all around, and forwarding the same thing gotta be done what data says. And they are not going to be offended, and they are the commanding one, and it is what they says because of their commands, no matter what. Lie, fraud, shit, crime, less humanity, robbery, forgery, shit, armed shit that they live soft all the time, gotta be because of their command. THIE, Maleva, Maricas, shit, Kirchners, and the whole. Well, this thing is go and pick it up now and go to talk to mother because of this gotta be done. And I supposedly been every day, like I was saying, in jail. And every time that this disgusting sickle shit were making that and saying that I were in jail, which never happened, there were submitting papers of Federal Police of Argentina and Prefectura Naval Argentina, Gendarmería Nacional, Policía de Seguridad Aeroportuaria, CIDE, Policía Bonaerense, Metropolitana RDI, Metropolitana SPD, to the Cristina Kirchners that generates pretended of churches, to arming a little bit more, like the whore, Wegmeister, which keeps on delivering that I gotta be internated because of she commands, and because of she knows, and gotta be truth telling. Federal Police of Argentina doesn't lies, doesn't says no lies, neither the forensics. Don't you come to me with that. The same the rest of pedophilics and that generates shit all, which insists in go to murder, disappearing, destroying everybody that are already shown. And I show you everything because of everybody knows. And are preparing more disappearing peoples and more or less humanity in this fucking shit of a land of them, with the pardon of the victims and innocents, for there to forward and tell making me. And there were someone that already said and were all around, and suddenly came this. That were this faggot expertise PFA of Cristina Kirchner, sorry the word, telling this is for internations because of we know this and spends all the day delivering and it's happening this all and needs medications now and this is the reality. And this person tells it, really, so how is this thing that it is for internation? Well, you already knows this that we were saying and we were showing. Well, because of I am the one that we're researching, I were commending this, and doesn't works, and we know this is happening, and suddenly needs to be medicated and internated right now. And tells him, well, at the reality of this all, we understand a lot of people were murdered and disappeared and destroyed. At long, this all you come and tell me. And the reality of this is accept that it ain't nothing for internation and not mismedicated state. And this is not for medication and not demons. With what we are talking is another thing, please get out of here. And that person, whenever said get out of here, received a bullet in the head because of a command. Faggot Javier Bancio, Policía Federal Argentina, DNI 17-842-533 73.512 11543. And the body will never disappear if our friends, which not inside, from, will never help and deliver the body into the hands of Argentina. Which for another side, the officers related with AMIA, received about between 28 to 80 faggots that generate of armed forces, especially PFA, getting inside of the offices and telling them, and also saying that because of I'm saying they could be doing right now with the office of Honduras, Buenos Aires, telling, here we are, the officers needs to be in a service given. You understand what it is? My God, you understand what this is? The reality of gotta be served. The reality is blow them up. Understand which ones to do now in that office that I already told you, which depends of the United Nations and the government of Israel and the government of the US here in Buenos Aires, and are 35 degenerates faggots of this of Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, and she applauds us. Understand the sickle horror. And the reality is, I offend her, and I offend everybody, and you don't understand, and are premeditating to disappearing 814,228 persons, which I give you the list in https www. Testigos verdaderos de la realidad de esta nación, testigos verdaderos de la realidad del mundo. Valores de la humanidad bajo lesa humanidad, point NT. F12. My last key and cleaner, my side. Lastly, International Criminal Court. And in the middle of this all, like I was saying, everything and every day with my friends as well, telling to everybody that I were all the time, detained, arrested, and having sex with them all, everything that they said they were doing, that I supposedly been arrested, I supposedly been making what they said, paper upon paper, day after day, making a cause armed like the degeneration of the hell in the lie and the cheating for the suppressing God himself and all the communities of his name. This is Cristina Kirchner. And with that all, planifying to saying, after we do disappearing everybody, we come with this and we show the world we were right and we defeated like the ancestors of us were telling us so long we did too. And we won the liars because of things that he's going to win to us. So the reality of this all is 8,275 more persons were murdered all through. I made in the last video here and just went in a walk to try to find out some way. The evangelics of Sodoma whores, the generation, PREIN Kirchners, and PREIN themselves overclad Yachta, and I'm sorry the victims, but you gotta awaken. Right now, get out. You gotta leave. Long ago, you should go. And the reality of the generation of CARNIVAL, making the sceneries on the stages saying, oh no, we trust in the mercy of the Lord. Whatever this person to have, Lord is patient and mercy. If he doesn't regret, God is going to move the hand away, and the enemy will likely not on FTD punishes himself because of God is good. The new age of the Christianism. The most misappropriation of the whole reality and the character of the God with no reason and no reality but being demons, what they are. And pretending God to be the 10 disgusting clothes and tracers of them and the whole generation Sodoma that erects them really well in the powers. With the 30% of the whole that robs after raping and murdering all of my people. So the reality that says that gotta pick me up now and deliver me into an internation at this moment. And talking to my mother and coming to the police because of I am a violent, dangerous one and I have a gun. While murdered, the whole is murdered, and kidnapped 814,228 more. And the prostitute CFK keeps on saying the same degenerations and the same degenerates of her, like her. And evangelics with them. And I curse you, God didn't give you nothing, and nothing let you get, and you won't have nothing of God, you're not going to demons. Hell, disgusting shit demons, with the burden of the victims, and pretense of sons of God. So the reality of this all, just to end in this night, and my mother totally mad, because of still thinks that I am a delirium one, and this affects her at the point of thinking that I am going to affect the neighbors, or she will ever be affected, thinking that I get violent and with a violence, and I'm going to hit her like Borda Alvear and the faggots, those and the degenerates webmaster told her that I will do. And the faggots forensics, pedophilics. And the rest all Pinheiro shit, Alvear shit. the reality to say that this is all demons handling, and she gotta be used still for the for work in the hope for medication of the virus, but fortune they said first, of course, and I guess to saying what they says I do, and also the same I am doing what they says I do, but I do nothing. So I spent all the day delivering, walking on the streets, but suddenly I robbed, I wear chunky stuff in my system, and I've been selling, and I've been robbing, and I've been prostituting and blowing everybody, and also I wear the whole of the day in jail, but I escaped. And I escaped, and there's not the whole thing. I also were making in Ezeiza airport some chargement of narcos for deliverance all over the country. So suddenly this disgusting abominable shit what makes the whole that makes. What should we say about this all? Come and kill me. Like they says it means for them to my people to be murdered. Come and kill me. Faggots of hell? Should we? Son of a shit. Sorry for those people. Sorry, Amia. Sorry, Israel. Sorry, Mr. President. Sorry, Your Honors. Sorry, Moshe. Sorry, baby. My love. Sorry, my friends or brothers. I'm sorry. I'm tired of them. And they are making me sick too much. Ask you please to be safe around there. This is what I give you. HTTPS www. Alejandro María Blanco Rodemín, una historia sin fin y sin descanso a la realidad de todos nuestros días. .int and https www. Todos los años de nuestros días en una sola hora y un minuto para entender lo que nunca se entendió en la eternidad. .int F12, just like before. Alejandro María Blanco Rodemín. April 30, 2014. These were 2000, 1 minute ago, here in Buenos Aires. This is me. I do not forge. I do myself.